Hello, everyone, and welcome to the second part of our Monday doubleheader. I've got Kelly Vaughn with me. Hey, Kelly.
Hello. There, now I'm not hearing myself twice.
Oh, you can mute the Twitch video, and that'll
Yeah,
help a lot.
I'm
Um,
very new to Twitch.
yeah. So, just fair warning here. My CPU is currently running at like 400%. I got some advice from Chris Biscardi that it turns out a MacBook Pro is probably not enough machine to run like streaming software and like all the other things that I have to run to make this function.
Is this
So
an ad placement for a Mac Pro?
I'm thinking this isn't
Test right now.
this is an ad placement for what I'm going to assume is purchasing another computer. I think I'm gonna have to get a Windows box to like stand up next to this and stream from. But yeah. So, oh man, we've got everybody in the chat. We've got Lori, who was on the stream a little while ago. Emma Wedekind, who was on the stream maybe a month ago. We've got Tony. We've got Ben. We've got everyone. So, Kelly, no pressure.
No pressure. It's okay, you're doing everything.
Yeah, I'm going to do all the work. Well, assuming my computer functions. Do you want to tell us a little bit about who you are and what you do and all that good stuff?
Yeah, so I joined Twitter a week ago. Somehow my account glitched and I have 40,000 followers now, so that's kind of cool. Yeah, so I run a marketing agency. That's my first job. It's called The Tap Room. We specialize in Shopify. It's a lot of fun. My second job is running the Ladybug podcast. If you have not listened to today's episode, please do. It's my absolute favorite that we've done so far, ladybug.dev. And my job number 3 is now running a Shopify store myself, selling developer merch that you really don't need, but I know you secretly want to spend all your money
And
on.
it's shop.kelly.com.
Yeah. Also, I do not know how to pronounce it.
I'll go with Kelly.
Kelly, Cavelli.
Cavelli. I like Cavelli.
Whatever you want.
I've really been enjoying this stream of hilarious merch that's been coming out. Like, oh my God, you have so much stuff.
Stuff. Oh yes, I have almost 50 products in there now.
Wow.
Okay, so the not a number products. Every single time an order comes in for that, obviously like that name shows up, and I always think that it's an actual glitch on the email, and then I realize that's what I named the product. So I brought that one upon myself.
Excellent. Okay, cool. So we had a plan for today. So we have this running joke where Ben and Chris in the chat will always tell me what I need to buy, and typically it results in me buying something. And at this point, I'm relatively certain that the number of dollars I have spent as a direct result of being harassed by Ben and Chris is like in the thousands.
Wow.
Where they're like, oh, you should totally get this like button thing that you can control your stuff from. And so I bought this Stream Deck thing, which it's like a wonderful piece of technology, and it really helps me. Yeah, it's great, right? But like, I didn't need that. But then they showed it to me, and I couldn't not get it. But I can do things like
he programmed it to like honk his horn on his Tesla and stuff.
I didn't do anything that cool. The only thing I've done is I've got this one. This is what I got. It's playing elevator music right now. I don't know if I've got my audio streaming toward you.
But I'll just dance to it too.
Awful. Okay, so it's silly. We were gonna do a thing, like we had a goal today.
Yes.
Okay. Do you want to tell us what we were trying to do? Because I've clearly stopped paying attention.
Yeah, so I do this really fun thing Monday morning where, well, prior to 2 weeks ago, I was waking up at 6 a.m. to merge a pull request with our most recent episode for the podcast. And now it's turned into me waking up at 3 a.m. in a panic and texting Emma being like, hey, can you push this live when it needs to go live? And I would like to stop doing that for both of us.
I would also like, yeah, that sounds terrible. Emma, she does. So,
Aww,
yeah.
I can keep doing it anyway.
So the way that we would want that to work is whenever a pull request gets merged, that triggers a build. Because is the Ladybug site a Gatsby site?
It is.
Awesome. And so that means that whenever, and is it built through Netlify?
It is.
Excellent. So whenever a pull request gets merged, Netlify will notice that new code got put into master and it'll trigger a rebuild, which is wonderful. Like that's what we want. But because you don't want to have to manually push that button, we need a way to trigger Netlify to rebuild on a schedule or regularly or something like that. And I think the way that we want to approach this would be cron jobs, because a cron job, we can just tell it like, hey, once a day, why don't you just build? And since you launch your episodes at the same time, we can just have it build once a day at that time. Does that seem like a good solution?
Yeah, that sounds great.
Okay.
I do have one side comment though.
Please.
I just want everybody to know that I had spaghetti for lunch.
So, okay, I'm just gonna halt. I'm gonna halt the whole show real quick because I just have to ask. You, Emma is very upset for some reason. So we see a lot of spaghetti in your Twitter feed.
Yes.
How much spaghetti would you say you eat on an average week?
So I don't eat spaghetti weekly. I try to make it maybe once a month, sometimes twice a month. My husband really likes my spaghetti, so that helps. And I usually make like a giant vat of spaghetti sauce whenever we're ready to actually eat spaghetti. So I tend to, like, when I make spaghetti, I'll have spaghetti like 4 days in a row, and it's the most amazing week of my life. I am a very big spaghetti fan, and every time I talk about spaghetti on Twitter, it's very on brand for me.
Excellent. Okay, so back to the topic at hand here. We want to set up cron jobs. However, I don't like dealing with servers, and as to the best of my knowledge, I don't think Netlify has like a cron job. I'm just gonna Google this in case I'm wrong. Yeah, they have webhooks, they have functions. We could do a zap on Zapier. That's definitely a valid option if we want to do that. But there's also this cool service called Render, and I wanted to look at this. So what Render promises is a couple things that we don't need. Like this looks like it does similar things to Netlify, but specifically I'm interested in cron jobs. Oh, that's not text. I just dragged that image. So I'm specifically interested in these cron jobs because it lets you do what we want, run any command on a fixed schedule. And the fixed schedule that I want to run is, we can just say like, yo, once a day, trigger a Netlify build, right? So that's kind of what we're after. And it looks like that people are posting in the comments that we do have a way to, like, it looks like Netlify's got a post scheduler and that sort of thing, which is also a totally valid option. But I've never used Render before, and I thought it would be kind of fun to struggle through a new UI together. What do you think?
Let's learn together. Sounds fun.
All right, so I'm going to just get started here. I've never used this before. And so this is user testing for Render. I'm going to sign up with GitHub. It's going to ask me to do things. Oh, no. Come on, little computer. You can do it.
I believe
Gonna
in you.
Authorize render. Cron does sound... I think Cron sounds like... wasn't Cron the bad guy in the Ninja Turtles? He was like the brain in the robot suit.
I wasn't allowed to watch Ninja Turtles as a kid.
Like, was it too scary or...
I honestly don't know. I also wasn't allowed to watch Dumb and Dumber because apparently it would also make me dumb. So...
Okay.
I also was not allowed to watch Ren and Stimpy. Those were the three things.
Oh, my parents wouldn't let me watch Ren and Stimpy either. Like Ren and Stimpy and Beavis and Butthead. Like those were the shows that were like completely forbidden. But the Ninja Turtles, my parents loved the Ninja Turtles.
Huh.
Krang. Krang was the name. So not Cron. Krang. Close enough.
It's close.
I
mean, it's like when somebody calls me like Katie or something.
I think that's a little bit different. Like somebody's like, hey, Katie, you're like, close enough. We're still friends.
It happens more often than you think.
Oh. I've been watching. So I'm filling time here because my computer is loading very slowly right now. I've been watching a new run of Parks and Rec, and I love that joke from Ron Swanson where he's like, "Whenever I feel like I'm getting too familiar with someone, I like to purposefully like get their name wrong to to prevent them from feeling too familiar." Thank you for running the elevator music. I very much appreciate that.
I love 30 Rock.
Come on, come on, come on.
I believe in you.
I'm looking at, so Gmail is, not a fast app, as we know, and it's like struggling to open so that I can get this confirmation link. This is what I wanted. I'm going to paste this in here. And what I hope happens is it takes us straight to our... Yes. No! I guess I already confirmed, so maybe...
Oh, okay. I was going to say you had like 30 seconds to confirm or else it expires.
This confirmation will self-destruct.
It's like 2FA. There's a certain website I use for 2FA where like my 2FA app, it'll show the things that it lasts for 30 seconds or whatever on here. And it expires like 5 seconds before it actually is done on here. And it probably like 20 times I'll try it in a week and it'll fail. I'll have to redo it.
Nice. How do I wait? What am I doing? So what I've done is I clicked new cron job, but now it wants access to my GitHub. I guess that's okay. For a specific
project, I guess.
Yeah. I'm going to set it up for one site. Let's have it rebuild my personal site, I guess.
How about 1X Engineer?
That was such a good idea from Tierney. Do you know Tierney? I think his last name's Siren.
Yes.
It was such a good idea. All right, so I'm just going to have it do my site now because I don't have access to the Ladybug site. And now, what happened? That's the button I wanted. Okay. Are you doing things? Computer is running at 300% CPU. This one. Come on. Okay. Yes, thanks, Lori, for the link to he's Bit and Bang Tierney on GitHub, and that 1X Engineer thing was a really good idea from him. So we've got access to my site. I'm going to click on this, and apparently it's going to let us set up a cron job.
This episode has lasted 20 minutes.
Daily build. Then what do you do? Node. Build command. Oh, build command is Gatsby build. That's cool.
Nice.
Probably not every 5 minutes. Maybe every... No.
4 seconds.
Every hour. Wait, do we want every day?
Do you know what you're actually typing in there? Like, do you understand how cron expressions work?
So I kind of understand. So that was a good question because I'm just like fuddling through this. So from what I understand, these are like seconds, minutes, hours, days. I don't know. What's this one? Only on Monday. So this is like the day of the week. So if we change that, it'll build once a minute on Fridays only, which is probably not a good time. This one.
It goes against everything that I tweet on Fridays.
So this is like per month. So if you wanted an annual build, like if you had some really fascinating, like once a year, I want my site to like do something silly. I guess you could do that.
Say something on Christmas.
The first day of the month. So that would be kind of cool. Here, it runs sometime between 1 and 2 a.m. So like this is actually what we want, right? So it would run, every minute between.
Every minute, yeah.
So we want like at 1:45, but you would want it to be at like 5:45. And this is UTC, so we'd have to adjust it. But
let me double check. Well, I guess it really doesn't matter. We'll just say 5:45.
yeah, so we want this to run every day at 5:45. And the command to run periodically would be, well, I want it to hit a webhook though. Is that not something I can do? I can add environment variables. I can add a secret file, auto deploy. Man, maybe this isn't going to do what I want. We might need to do the thing because it looks like this is going to end up being a big workaround. I don't know. Let's just save it and see what happens. I guess the other thing we could do is we could just add a command that would like run the webhook, basically like curl the webhook whenever we run this cron job. But that seems silly.
Yeah.
Cron tab guru. Ooh, that's a good name. Cron tab guru.
Oh, that's handy.
Nice. That's super handy. Ooh, yeah, that's really cool. So this is like, if we go every 5 minutes, every 30 minutes, that's cool. I like that. So this is very handy and would be very useful. So I'm going to close that out. I thought I clicked you. Did you do it and not tell me what you're doing?
I don't know.
Please help.
Oh, okay. I guess it didn't save.
I don't know how I feel about that. That seems troubling. Maybe I'm gonna head up here to that Netlify function thing that Corey linked to.
Yeah.
Let's take a look at that because it kind of looks like render.com is going to be better if they're handling the whole thing. And I'm thinking that maybe we just want to let Netlify do Netlify things. And since this is a Netlify thing, it'll probably work better. So, all right, let's take a look. This is a post scheduler. Somebody suggested that the cron tab thing could be another cheat sheet mug for you.
Yeah. Be a very specific one. I'm not opposed to it though.
Let's see. Ben is telling me that I forgot to fill something out, which that is definitely possible. It's a little troubling that they didn't make that way more obvious because I did not see it. Post scheduler is a serverless project. Okay, so we can schedule posts.
Okay. That's exactly what I'm looking for, right there.
Yeah.
The schedule.
Oh, that's really cool. Post is automatically scheduled. Oh, that's slick. All right, let's make this thing. Let's ship it. Let's do it. How do I install it? Ooh, look, these are fancy graphics. Got to read it like this though. Okay, I don't know if I care about those. I want the install. I feel like they could have inverted those. Like, tell me how to use it, and then tell me how it works.
I also need an AWS account.
Oh, buddy. So we're not going to need this actually because Netlify Functions works now. So instead, oh no, maybe we do. Blast.
Like, where is it using AWS? Where does it come into this?
So AWS, this is like the config for AWS. So we're putting it into like AWS's US West 2.
Right.
Then we're setting up the cron job, GitHub repo. And then we got to put in some tokens. Okay. This doesn't seem like what I want either. Like, I mean, I get what it's doing. I think it's cool that this works. This seems like a lot of setup for like a daily rebuild though.
Yeah. I just made it so it merged the pull request.
Please
That's it.
merge.
Please just merge it.
Yeah. Let's see. So I might need to talk to David Wells about how this actually functions. But like,
Oh, I have a good idea for a mug. Don't judge me.
so it does the publish scheduled post. It does a webhook listener. This is just like live code review. This is what I think everybody showed up for. What does the publish post thing do? Publish scheduled post.
Lori.
Just live streaming everything that you come up with, I think would be great.
Can you see that? Can you read it? Is it Lori?
Yeah, I'm into it.
I'm enunciated the fun and function when you said it, and I was like, got it.
Okay. So this is a lot. This is a whole lot when what I really want to happen is I just want this thing to run once a day. So let's look at Netlify functions. And I've done stuff with these before.
Also, in case people are wondering why the timing matters, the podcast episode does not go live, like is not published until 4 a.m. So we do not want the blog post to be accessible before then.
So serverless Lambda functions without an AWS account. So that addresses the concerns in the chat. And then we can... Okay, but do we get event triggered? So we have event triggered, but what I really want is... what if I just want it to happen like once a day? It seems like this would be a really easy win for them to just like schedule a daily build. I want this feature. Is anybody from Netlify watching right now? Please fix. Have I reached that level of clout where I can just like wish for things in public and people will do them? My guess is
I don't
no.
know. It worked for my Elon Musk tweet.
Oh wait, okay, then can you make the wish?
I could totally make the wish. By the way, check this out. I know this is totally not at all on what we're talking about, but look, the trunk opens. What? The frunk opens as well as a little. Oh, we got it.
Wait, did you just call it a frunk?
Too. Yeah, front trunk, frunk. Also, this is the only Tesla I can afford.
Did you come up? Is frunk? Is that like is that a Kelly Vaughn original?
It's a thing. Oh no, that's actually a thing. I cannot take credit for that one.
That's excellent. Okay, what do I want to do? How do we? Do you have any suggestions here? Because I feel like there are a lot of ways to solve this, and I'm trying to use my future casting abilities to understand which one's going to hurt the least.
I think the one that's going to hurt the least is actually going to be going with Zapier, but I feel like it's also like a cop-out.
Nah, I like the Zapier team. They do cool stuff. And honestly, like, I don't care if it's a cop-out. I want easy, not perfect. So maybe we just do that. And it's probably going to be better given how much my computer is struggling today. Let's do Netlify Cron. What you got?
You're asking for too much. Womp. Theoretically, couldn't we connect it to GitHub instead to merge the pull request? Because the build automatically is triggered when the pull request is merged.
Yeah, so I actually think, well, okay, so here would be the trade-offs of that, right? Because if you do that, then Zapier needs to know which PR to merge and when to merge it. If you tell it to trigger a Netlify build, that can just be like, doesn't have to care about anything. It's just going to do the thing.
Right.
So Thank you, Ben, for doing my Googling for me. I very much appreciate it because I thought that was loading and it sure wasn't.
Your
But
computer
so
is really good at computering.
the poor little guy. He's just not going to make it. So I've got my thing. What about Cron? Do you just do like cronny things? Cron? What do you got? Something?
MailChimp.
Hey, thanks for the subscribe, Bobby Tables. Oh, and a gift to Emma. That is,
How
I
nice.
can't think of a more deserving giftee.
Agreed. And that means that I don't have to give Emma spaghetti anymore because she's already been gifted something.
And now both of you are able to call up elevator music, which is, well, I guess you could have done that anyways, but now you got the Blitz bucks for it. Schedule? Didn't this come up in my search results?
Something had come up, yeah. Oh, all kinds of stuff. Oh, look at that. Schedule by Zapier.
That seems right. In a matter of minutes, connect Netlify and schedule as many as 4 possible integrations. Let's do it.
What? You can count all those on one hand.
I have just the saddest internet right now. Wait, all of you go away. Yes, okay, I'm an engineer.
HR and recruiting. Oh.
Oh, that would have been good. No, I don't want those emails. I swear to God, if you don't pull up what I asked for, I'm coming for you. All of you go away. I don't want any of these. I'm just skipping. Get away.
Skip.
I like, okay, so Emma, if you want to do...
No, don't tell her. Make her figure it out on her own.
Well, I don't think there's like any, I don't think there's anything to like document this. I will eventually add it, but I don't know how it's gonna work. So this is just going to continue for the rest of the thing now is like...
Lots of elevator music for you.
Yeah.
You should put it next to you while you sleep.
Okay, so we've connected Netlify to Schedule by Zapier. When this happens, every day, then start deploy. Heyo. I like that.
That seems easy enough.
I don't think there's a way to list the commands. I think so. The only command right now is please hold, which is spelled like this in the chat. That's the only one that you can redeem right now. Everything else is I need to write a command to show the things. Trigger on weekends. I guess yes.
Sure.
Yeah, why not? You might publish something amazing. Okay, so quick aside for everybody who's watching and frustrated by the commands that I said you could use and then didn't show you how to use. If you want to do that, what you can type into the chat is the bang redeem or exclamation point redeem space, please hold, and that will play. There you go. That will play the elevator music. Now, time of day.
Is it happening?
Can we set other options? Custom value. It's never going to end. It's going to be all day. So what
I'm a
do
little bummed that I can't hear it.
I know I should have turned on maybe this relative to my time zone. I'm gonna set. Yeah, let's try it. What happened? So, so you don't have to be subscribed, but you have to watch long enough to earn the Blitz bucks. The Blitz bucks are all like this is I. It's all so stupid. You get Blitz bucks for watching, and you can redeem Blitz bucks for sound effects. So let's see. We're going to find a day in schedule by Zapier. I don't know what that means.
Just gonna find just a random day in the year.
It's like Tuesday.
October 13th.
What is that? I don't even know what that means. What?
Something apparently worked.
Good. All right. So now I'm going to sign into Netlify. EcoMath, you currently cannot link your Twitter account, but that's a great idea if anyone knows how to do that. Okay, so now I have my Netlify account. Okay, I'm moving on. We're going to pick, it should now, because it's knocking on Netlify's door.
I love all the copy. That's like all the micro copy in Zapier makes me super happy.
I kind of wish that it had been it should have been like a Zeppelin reference. Knock, knock, knocking on Netlify's door.
There was a great opportunity that was missed there. Also, maybe somebody would come after them for the copyright infringement or something. I don't know.
That's probably true because people have no sense of fun. We don't need to clear the build cache. So I think what this will mean is that now my site will rebuild once a day at 5:45 a.m. relative to my time zone is what it made it sound like.
Cool. So, and now we're going to sit here until 5:45 a.m. to see if it works.
I think it's going to create a new deploy. So I'm going to send the test. Now Emma's playing elevator music. I love it. Okay, so what should have just happened is deploys Langsdorff? I spelled my own name wrong. Oh my God. This one. No, the sad robot.
Ah.
I'm gonna log in with a different user. So, all right. So I realized we kind of skipped a step here. We didn't talk about what Zapier actually is. And somebody asked, I actually don't know if it's Zapier or Zapier. But what it does, have you used it a lot?
I use it all the time for the tap room.
Okay, perfect. Do you want to talk about what it is?
In very layman's terms,
those are the best ones.
Connect. Yes, it allows you to connect two services. When an action happens on one, you can perform an action on another. So we have like forms connected on our website where every time somebody fills out a form, that data gets added to a spreadsheet, and it can move it around and do all kinds of fun stuff with it.
So
we also use auto invoicing, which is pretty cool.
Oh, nice. So I just checked, and it is in fact rebuilding my site right now. So
okay.
The Zap worked, or the test did at least. So now by turning it on, it now says the Zap will run every 5 minutes based on my plan. Okay, but I want it to. Let's check that.
Maybe it
check those
checks
settings
every 5 minutes to see if it's 5:45 a.m.
Oh yeah, maybe. Start deploy every day. I kind of just want to see the thing every day. Day customized.
Did you change the UI for it?
Maybe I should have looked at the settings for custom values. Okay. Oh boy. When to use custom
Values can be useful. I don't know why they'd be relevant here.
Well, I thought I was just telling it like, hey, let's do 5:45 in the morning. Maybe I should not do that. Maybe I should just use like a regular time.
Oh, custom value for time of day. Got it.
Just do like 5 a.m. Maybe I'm bad at this. Oh, maybe I just needed to type something less silly.
Like 5:45 a.m.
Yeah. Here I was thinking I needed to do 24-hour time. Like a programmer. Okay.
24-hour time is superior anyway. Everyone's like, Kelly, I don't know what time it is. Because all my clocks are in 24-hour time too.
I mean, I feel like everywhere outside of the United States, it's always 24-hour time, and it's always so much clearer to me.
It is.
I don't know. I don't know why you just got to embrace it. I'm checking the chat real quick because it looks like there were a lot of discussions about like Zapier versus if this then that versus looks like Microsoft has something called Power Apps, which I've never heard of.
Is it like something with PowerShell maybe?
I don't know. Really? Yeah. It was offered up as an alternative to Zapier and if this then that. Yeah, I don't know I actually haven't looked at if this then that for years.
I haven't either.
I had a few zaps for a while, and then the one that I was using just like stopped working for some reason, and that was frustrating to me. So I think I just turned it off and left. Rather than debugging. Yeah, I was like, all right, finished.
Just shut it down and leave.
Why did my deploy fail? What happened? Something. Oh, I know what happened. I'm not going to deal with this now. On a previous stream, exposed my Airtable API key, and so I had to like reset it. And so in order to get this to build again, I have to put the new API key in because I had to invalidate the old one. So I'm not going to do that, but effectively this worked. Like it rebuilt. As of tomorrow, we will know for sure whether it rebuilt all the way. But like this to me seems like probably the easiest way to solve this problem, right?
I think it is, yeah.
It's UI driven. You just have to authorize Netlify and click a couple buttons, and now it's going to do the thing.
Yeah.
So then talking about how you would further structure this, because you want this to build on a schedule now, you would actually go into Netlify and turn off the auto deploy part. So
okay.
In the deploy settings, we would want to turn off this. We don't want it to automatically build. We want it to build deploy previews, but we don't want it to automatically deploy. So where is that? Up here? We want it to, where is this? I know it's here somewhere. No, don't look at any of that. Jesus. I'm like dedicated to still like showing off all my things. Netlify, please mask those. There is a way somewhere to turn off auto deploys, and I am now afraid to look at anything else because I don't want it to show any more of my things.
I'll Google it. My computer's safe.
Add-on status badges. I don't need any of that. I don't know. It's in here somewhere. But we just want it to not auto deploy the master. Oh, here, stop auto publishing, the big giant button that I didn't look at.
Yeah.
So by clicking this, what that means is you could merge that PR and it won't go live. And then the next time that cron job runs, that merge PR will be in master, so it'll show up in the build. So basically you would just merge the PR anytime the day before, and it would go live on the next rebuild. And then if you did need to like push a quick fix or whatever, you would just come in here and trigger a deploy to manually deploy.
Yeah.
So it's not perfect. There are definitely ways to improve this workflow, but in terms of immediately solving the problem in a few quick clicks so that you don't have to wake up at 3 a.m., I think this seems workable, right?
You're giving me back so much of my sleep.
And that's what I'm here for. I want you to have more time for sleep, and you should be less tired when you get to your spaghetti.
There's not a possibility that I'll be less tired, but there is a possibility that there will be spaghetti.
Yeah, you can now when you wake up at a panic and at 3 a.m., instead of having to merge that PR, you can send selfies of you eating spaghetti to Emma.
That's perfect. Look what you're
Breakfast
not having.
spaghetti. Yeah, Ben, I am very happy to see that. I've been kind of watching the bandwidth to make sure that things don't drop. I think I'm going to dig into what's going on because there's one service that's like running it way too high. But I do think that the ultimate solution here is I'm going to have to get a small box to just stream out of. Cool. So, Kelly, what should we do next? I mean, I think we have solved the root of the problem, which is that we need a scheduled build.
Do you want to talk about a similar problem, but involves webhooks?
Hell yeah.
Cool. Okay. So here's another use case. My store. Every time I publish a product from Printful, which is what I use for the fulfillment, it creates the product on Shopify and publishes on the online store, but it does not by default publish on the, what actually pushes it to my Gatsby site.
Okay.
So every time I need to go into Shopify, check the little box that says yes, publish it on the private app that I built, and then I have to come over to Netlify and then trigger a manual rebuild. So one thing that we could do is listen for the product updated webhook on Shopify, and every time that is triggered, trigger the deploy on Netlify.
Yeah, I think that's great. So I have the Gatsby Shopify store somewhere in here.
I'm sure you experience the same thing then.
Yeah, we actually have it built to do that. Maybe I can just look it up.
Perfect.
So in the gatsbyjs.org, we have the store, and our store deploys should show Shopify changes. So we have a build hook set up that whenever the Shopify store inventory numbers change, it triggers a rebuild. And so, you can kind of see like we're clearly very popular. People are buying all sorts of swag. So, somebody goes onto the swag store at store.gatsbyjs.org. They buy themselves some jammy pants. And then when we don't want anybody to come in here and see, oh man, my computer is chugging. Like when Gatsby sites get slow, you're in trouble.
It's the real test right here.
For real. But yeah, so we can go in here, we can look at the details for this thing. And then here. So we've got our sizes, but I don't want, like if we're out of smalls, I don't want it to show that smalls are available, because I don't want you to get all the way to the checkout screen and then be like, oh, there aren't any. So that being said, I need to figure out let me go to my logged in browser that has all the things and figure out what the URL is that I need.
That has all the things.
The one that has all my cookies.
Everyone close your eyes.
Okay.
It's okay. You have 4 minutes while this loads.
Oh, poor little compooper. Okay, then what are my... Yes, please. Thank you. Thank you for running that. We need Shopify. Oh wait, did you just do a thing? No, stop helping. Okay. Shopify. Here. Okay. And then... Oh, this is not a fast process. Here. Don't click the eyeball button.
Taking notes. Cool. I can see my order status now.
GitHub Actions could actually be a really cool thing. I need to get somebody from the GitHub team to come on and teach me those because I don't know how they work. So I think it would be probably excruciating, as you have noticed today, watching me struggle through something I've never used before without a teacher. So that will probably be a future stream. So what I want to look at is, ooh, Ben's done some GitHub Actions. That could be fun. Yeah, let's talk about this after, Ben. And what I want is what?
What are you looking for?
I'm looking for the webhook stuff. Do you know where it is?
Go under notifications, settings notifications.
Settings notifications. Am I looking right at it?
It's on this page. Yeah.
Aha. Okay.
And then scroll down. Webhooks are below all this.
Webhooks. Templates. Webhooks. Okay. So we have, whoa, what is all this? Product update. So
that's good. Yeah.
Whenever something happens down here, then I can just grab this and then I go into here, and I think let me pull this off screen real quick so that I can make sure that it's not going to show any keys, but then I'm going to go look at the webhook stuff. Deploy notifications, don't care about those. Processing. Aha, this is what we want. So let me take this back across. We can look at it. So this is the build hook, right? So you just hit add build hook and then you say what you're doing. And whenever this gets triggered, it runs a rebuild. And so this is more elevator music. So yeah, this is how the build hooks work. Is, you go in and you find it from whichever service. And so here we've got like which webhooks we need, and I can create a webhook like whenever something changes, and then go back into Netlify and say, hey, whenever like this thing, oh, I know what it was. It's the other way around. So I go into Netlify, I hit add build hook, and I say do stuff, and then it's going to build this branch. And then they give me this link. And then I would go over here and I would create a webhook. And then I would say on an event. So whenever something happens.
Update.
So you could do like, I did creation, deletion, and update were the three things that I selected. I don't know if you need these if product update is set. I didn't manually verify this, so I just was like, whatever, it's probably not going to hurt it.
And then it should be what you need, theoretically.
Yeah.
I may or may not be testing it on my own site right now.
Oh, cool, nice. But yeah, there are a whole bunch of options in here. Like you can do like when somebody does like their customer gets created, or you update a collection. Like if you had groupings of products in Shopify. I mean, you and I are going to get on later, and you're going to teach me all sorts of Shopify things because I feel like I've barely scratched the surface here. But then
like 5 things on Shopify. It's great.
I love it because that's 4 more than I can do. But so once we've chosen our thing, so let's say we do product update, then I'm going to throw the webhook here. And then if I needed to, I could add extra stuff, but I'm not going to do that. And then I would save, and it would just trigger that thing. And it will trigger. Nice. Where were we? Here. And it runs with whatever this message is. So like Shopify build, Shopify changes, or if it was this one, it would say do stuff. So that's how that works. If you want to add webhooks, and you can trigger those from all over. Like you can run them from. I think that's what Zapier's doing actually. Is it's just building a webhook that runs on a cron job.
Yeah. And
like that's what I do with, like when I add speaking events to my site, Airtable runs a webhook, and those all that kind of stuff is set up specifically so that I don't have to think about it when I change things. You can set that up with like if you're using WordPress as a content management system or whatever. You can almost all the headless CMSs have webhook support, which is really nice.
That was so unbelievably easy.
I feel like the hardest part is knowing what you're looking for, right?
Yeah. Oh, totally.
So let's see, there's a ton of chat going on. I agree, Tony. Shopify is really awesome.
I could talk Shopify literally all day because I do talk Shopify all day. It's what I do for a living.
Yeah. And I should totally protect these webhook paths because theoretically somebody could just like trigger builds whenever they want. They're not like, I don't really care if you trigger builds all the time because we only push stuff that works to master. So I guess if you want to, you can do that, but Netlify is going to be mad.
Yeah. Also, in talking headless shop or like headless commerce, I could talk headless commerce all day as well. It's something I'm super passionate about right now. You could use Shopify with pretty much anything that can listen to GraphQL, because all you're using is the GraphQL storefront API from Shopify, and you can grab that data and display it however you need on whatever it is you want to use.
Yeah, it's amazing. I don't want to go into this because I totally want to do a whole episode dedicated to this, but like Shopify's got a really good GraphQL API. And they give you like a little explorer and thing.
Yeah, headless commerce is basically separating the front end of your Shopify store from the back end, so you can use Shopify to manage all of your products and orders and everything, and use whatever front end you want.
Yeah, really, really powerful stuff. Yeah. So, okay, Tony, you made a good point. I'm going to change these webhooks. Damn it. I always create so much work for myself whenever I try to show things off. But yeah, this is super powerful. And then there's Gatsby Store Shopify, which we'll play with when we come back, and do like a whole bunch of cool stuff with it. We can look at either that's the way that your store runs, that's the way that the Gatsby Swag store runs. Really,
It's
really fun
becoming a
stuff.
very popular thing now.
Yeah, it's amazing. Cool. You wanna run through anything else?
I got nothing else. You want to just like live tweet?
We could just live tweet. You got any good jokes?
You put me on a spot like that. I have nothing saved in my drafts right now. The only one I have is the one I wrote on this post-it note during this chat here.
Lori just says spaghetti.
Spaghetti. Yep. As I stare at my bowl of spaghetti, wishing it was refilling itself. I'm not at all hungry, but I'm always hungry for spaghetti.
So there's a question about the PR. Could you clarify what you mean, Bobby Tables? Because I'm not sure what you mean about where's that standing. So if you're talking about the workflow for the cron jobs, then the workflow for the cron jobs is going to be like the Ladybug website. Do you have a link to your GitHub down here somewhere? I'll just have to look.
Oh, we should add that. That's a great idea.
Is it under which org?
Ladybug. We created a Ladybug dash podcast.
Ladybug dash podcast. And then is it ladybug.dev is the repo?
Ladybug podcast.
Oh, is that the org or the repo?
Their Ladybug dash podcast is the org, and Ladybug podcast is the repo.
Ladybug.
So it's the same thing minus the hyphen.
Oh, yeah. I understand now. And so now the way that this will happen is if there's a pull request in here for like the next episode, the PR can be merged anytime up to 24 hours before it goes live on the website. And instead of the PR itself rebuilding the website, this Zap that we put together is what will trigger the rebuild. So we're basically turning off auto deploys on merge in Netlify. So you'll either manually trigger it. That I keep looking at this one. That's not the one I want. It's this one. You'll either manually trigger your deploy by going into deploys and hitting trigger deploy here, or once a day it will rebuild using this Zap. And that means that Kelly doesn't have to wake up at 3 a.m. to merge this PR to deploy the podcast on time. Did that answer your question, Bobby Tables?
Also, there was a classic Kelly commit message at the very top of the code. If you go back to code,
That's good. I like that.
you always know when I'm the one who's working on the site.
Yeah. Now I just want to see if we can pick them out. Oh, it's going to tell us, but yeah.
Most of them are
only one period.
So
These are all so helpful.
I know.
It's like you're working on a team or something.
It's a new experience for me.
I've had
Most of my
some
projects are solo.
I've had some pretty rough ones recently. I was working on the Theme Jam website, and I think that one got pretty gross. I think I just gave up at one point, and I was like, what even is code? I was full on like YOLO committing to master 2. It was a bad time. Yeah, bump deps, bump the deps. It was a rough couple of days. But all right, so does the app that drops your episodes have webhooks? That's a great question, actually.
That is a really good question. I never actually checked.
What do you use to power the podcast?
We use Pinecast.
I've never even heard of that one. Piecast?
Pine, Pine.
Oh, I don't know what that is. Pinecast. Cool.
Webhooks. Oh, Phil, they do appear to have webhooks.
So if they've got webhooks, that would even be easier.
Can we just appreciate the word blob for a second? Like a JSON blob.
I always, yeah, because it doesn't help me at all. It just like kind of makes me slightly uncomfortable, and I'm like, I don't really want a blob of anything, honestly.
Really? Because that's exactly how I communicate. Like it's speaking directly to me by using the word blob. How many times can I say the word blob in this?
I mean, you can keep going. Yeah, I think my computer is not made for this website today. So I don't see anything about webhooks on the homepage, but that doesn't necessarily mean anything. Did you find it?
I have an add-on. Yeah, for $10 a month, I can set up notifications for listens, feedback, tip charge notifications, and podcast milestones. Oh, you can receive notifications. It almost looks like it works the other way. Surely I can look into it.
Yeah, I imagine that would work. And don't call me Shirley. Have we all aged out of that joke?
Never. It is still very relevant.
Okay, so
it's like just between me, you, and a fence post. Like, don't call me a fence post.
Yeah. All right, people are asking questions about blobs. People are talking about blobs of spaghetti. I feel like we're coming to the tail end of things.
I do believe so.
Okay, do you have any additional questions before we start to wrap up?
What is your favorite color?
Rebecca Purple, obviously.
Okay, that's fair. That's all I got.
Good. What's your favorite
purple? For me?
Yeah, what's your favorite color?
It's purple, but not Rebecca Purple. It's just purple.
Just like regular purple?
It's like 660099, I think is the code.
That's a good one.
Thanks.
Okay, so Kelly, where should people find you online? I assume we want to send them to your...
Find me on Twitter, because that's where all of my ideas feed through.
Go throw all your best jokes at Kelly, and the good ones will end up on mugs, is what we're learning.
Yeah. Oh, also, I'm going to do a little plug if that's cool.
Please do.
I am running a contest right now for a free mug. If you visit the store, you can enter to win it. There's no like purchase necessary, and I'm also giving with the mug a pound of Death Wish coffee, which is some of my favorite coffee.
Where's Death Wish from? I've never heard of it.
Good question. Death Wish coffee.
How do I get in on this? I want a pound of coffee in a mug.
There's a button that says free, or the link that says free mug at the top.
Free mug.
Made in Round Lake, New York.
Yeah. Death Wish is not
So
sponsoring this contest. I just like their coffee. That's
I didn't
amazing.
like say I had to put anything there because I also didn't talk to them about the fact that I'm giving away a pound of their coffee, but I don't think they really care. I just wanted to make it very clear that they are not a sponsor of this.
Yeah, I think that totally makes sense. Well, cool. I am definitely going to do that. Wow. You get such good engagement. Like someday I want you and Emma and like the rest of the Ladybug crew to just teach me how to Twitter because you are so good at it.
I will totally do that. Also, you do not want to see most of my process, which involves my husband saying, Kelly, why are you still on Twitter?
Is it like
Isn't his
is
pop-up amazing? I was really proud of it.
Oh my
It's
god,
okay.
I totally did my thing where I like just blindly click the no.
It's okay.
I'm sorry.
The no is no thanks. I'm not interested in poetry.
Oh man, now I feel like I want to re-trigger it.
I
Uh
think you should. You should also look at the welcome email because I wrote a poem.
ooh, all right. Okay. I want that. Is it going to re-trigger if I just refresh the page?
Open it incognito.
Incognito. Now things are going to get real weird. Uh shop.kelly.
I think it triggers after like 10 seconds. That's what it's supposed to do anyway.
Okay. We're just going to let that roll for 10 seconds. Um yeah.
Sometimes if you scroll down, it helps too. I don't know. I set some settings to it, but it doesn't seem to listen to me. It just like, it's a
It,
free spirit.
it does what it wants.
I think it's the
Uh
10-second trigger now. Please show up. Don't let me
do you
down.
think be a popover? And while we were waiting for that to trigger, is there anywhere else that people should follow you? They should definitely go watch the Ladybug podcast. I'm going to close this down.
Absolutely. And follow our Ladybug Podcast Twitter account.
Yes. So I'm going to give the link to ladybug.dev. Go there, follow all the accounts, do all the things. And
Rate us
then
on iTunes too if you like it. Please like it. If you don't like it, tell us what's wrong with it. But be nice.
always be nice. Don't
Always.
be one of those bad people in the DMs. And yeah, I
And
think
also follow me on GitHub. I'm just Kelly Vaughn.
github.com/Kelly Vaughn.
Yeah.
Go do that. Check things out. And then I think, what else? What else do we have? Oh, if you are interested in more live streams like these, we've got some great ones coming up this week. I have Brittany Ball is coming on, and she is amazing. We're going to dig into getting data into a Gatsby node, which I'm super excited about. If I can get this to load. Whoo, buddy. Come on,
While
man.
we wait, no, I don't also stream, but I've been considering getting into it because
Yeah.
I now have this brand new Twitch account that I can use for things.
Yes, and I will troll.
Yes. More trolls better.
So yeah, this is what's happening now. We've got Brittany coming up on Wednesday at 2 p.m. Pacific. That one's going to be super fun. We're going to be loading in data. I think she wanted to do the Meetup API, and we're going to filter that based on different properties. And then on Thursday, Kurt Kemple is going to come on, and we're going to learn about serverless GraphQL functions, which is going to be really fun. If you haven't done any serverless GraphQL stuff, it starts out intimidating, and then it just gets so powerful. And then like next week, it gets even better. We're going on. Nathaniel Okenwa is going to come teach me how to build like video chat with Twilio, which is like, I don't know if y'all play with Twilio, but oh my God, can it do cool things? Then I got Kathleen McMahon on to do design systems and MDX. Like we're just packed, and it just keeps getting better and better and better. Like so many cool people are coming on. I've got some stuff I haven't listed yet. I just pulled, I twisted Ken Wheeler's arm. He's going to come on. I talked to Tatiana Mack. She's going to come on and teach me how to design things. Like this is going to be awesome. It's going to be such a good couple of months here. So yeah, please go follow on Twitch, subscribe if you want special emoji and all those good things. Make sure you get the notification so that you know when we go live, and set reminders for the events. Like I said, I think we're done. Yeah. Anything else?
I think that's it. Yeah.
I think we've done it. So yeah, Kelly, thank you so much for coming on. This was a ton of fun. I hope I win the mug.
Fun.
And Actually, you should disqualify me from winning the mug. I'm totally going to try, but
Oh, no, nobody's disqualified. Even my sister entered, and she is not at all a developer, but she wants to try to win the mug. She's a chemist, so she was like, "Can you just like put something chemistry related on?" I'm like, "I don't know anything chemistry related, but okay. It's just going to be the word chemistry."
just the word chemistry.
I'm
The
so
popover
bummed that it
never
didn't show
happened.
up.
I don't know what happened. Oh well. Well, that's your incentive to go look at the site, is to go find that popover. Reviver, is that like a phonetic spelling of Reviver? Because that's an amazing Twitch handle. But they are saying that Kelly's poem for the newsletter sign up is awesome,
I was
and
really proud of it. I wrote it at like 11:30 at night. And I showed it to my husband. I was like, "Look, read it."
it sounds like you and I have like pretty equivalent relationships with our partners, because I swear to God, I just like storm into Marissa's office all the time. I'm like, look at this funny thing I did. And she's like, you're an idiot, go away. And I'm like, no, but look.
And then my husband and I share this office here, and I can't actually see him past my monitor. And like every now and then he'll be like editing photos because he does our tap room photos and everything. He'll be like, "Kelly, come look at this photo." I'm just like, I don't want to get up. But then I do because I love him.
And that's because you're a good person.
That there is marriage.
That there is what getting up from my chair. I love it. All right, everybody. I think we got to call it, because I'm getting ridiculous. So thank you so much for watching. Kelly, thank you so much for coming on and walking through this with us.
Me.
Super fun. I'm really excited to have you come back on and teach us about Shopify. So we should set that up. Until next time, everybody, we'll see you on Wednesday.
Thank you. Bye.